a man looking for? What is a man looking for?
A partner.
A partner. What kind of partner? Different kind of partner. When you go to market, there's stock gene, there's rib gene, there's trade gene.
Okay.
Which gene you define? You look your pockets.
You're welcome on the show, Believe Box. Remember, we only talk about issues that really matter. And here is another episode for you guys. Trust me, you're going to enjoy this one. And today in the house, I have someone special. She's a communication specialist, and she's a mother. She's married, and we'll be discussing all you need to know about life before marriage and life after marriage here on this table today. Welcome with me, Miss Adenike. You're welcome.
Hi. It's good to be here for the first time. Yeah, Mrs., not Miss, because you introduced me as a married woman.
Oh my.
Yes, you.
So sorry. Probably because this is the first time I'm bringing the married woman on my show.
Yeah, I think
I'm used
so.
to calling Miss.
I think so.
You're welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. Before we begin, I would like to make this sound clear. She's married, okay? Happily married with children. God has blessed her with 2. Am I correct?
Yes, so.
Exactly. And then I would like to ask, let's start from the beginning. Before you get married, what did you honestly think marriage would look like?
Okay, so I never had a fairy tale thought.
Okay.
It's always been there. And seeing marriages around, because I grew up in church, and I saw what marriage looked like, the reality. And, I think we millennials are more privileged to know a life before social media. You understand? So I knew the reality of what marriage was.
Wow.
And I never thought it was going to be fairy tale. And I still say that. It's not a fairy tale. It's not, even if it's a bed of roses, roses have thorns. So there are going to be pricks here and there, right? So for me, marriage was hard work. Even before I was single, I knew it was a whole lot of hard work.
Interesting. So what were you so excited about before marriage? And then after marriage, right now you look back and then you smile, you laugh at it and say, wow, so this is actually not what it is.
Okay, are you saying that what was I excited about looking forward to marriage, or as a single person without
single lady?
Okay.
What were you what were your expectations before marriage?
Okay.
And then after marriage, looking back right now and thinking of all your thoughts then, you just laugh and said, wow.
Okay, so before marriage, one thing that I made sure to do was that I knew that I was going to get married, or I wanted to get married to someone that would give me my freedom and still allow me have my own sense of individuality.
Okay.
Right? But there's one thing to think and there's another thing to apply, So
Sure.
Before marriage, it was 100% for me.
Okay.
I was expecting 100% individuality in marriage, 100% freedom in marriage. But looking back, I realized that it's not as easy as it is. Even if your partner, or your husband, or your wife gives you room to fly, marriage itself is a humbler. It will humble you. Marriage itself as an institution, right, will checkmate you. It will checkmate you. I don't know if it's societal influence, religious influence, but marriage has a way of just checkmating you. So even if you have that freedom, you won't be able to use that freedom. So what I thought, or how I thought it was going to be as a single person, turned out to be different. The idea of freedom and individuality is different in marriage than as a single person. And like I said, it's not dependent on your spouse. Because some people say that your spouse might allow you, but there's just something about marriage that will just keep you, especially when kids are now involved, because you can't just get up right now and say you want to travel.
Mm.
You can't just get up right now and say that you want to pursue a course. You just can't get up and say you want to do this. There is someone else in your life now, right? And you guys need to, because it's one, you guys are one, right? So you guys need to come together
Agree.
and agree. It must not even be agreement per se. That person needs to know.
Okay.
You're taking a course, even if it's going to benefit you. I need to know. Because it might involve finances in the house that you might not be able to bring as much as you're supposed to because you're not doing a course. So you see, there is still going to, it's a form of restriction and loss of individuality. Now, I would say it's more on the women than the men, but it still affects the men.
Wow, interesting. So you said more of restriction than you being a single lady and exploring on your own.
Yeah.
All right. So moving forward now, let's talk about love before marriage. Do you think love alone is enough to sustain a marriage?
Okay, so ideally, love should be.
Ideally.
Ideally, love should be, because I'm a Christian and the Bible says that love conquers all. One of the greatest commandments is love your neighbor as yourself.
Yeah.
So what you will not do to yourself, you shouldn't do it to another person,
Okay.
right? But we are human beings, right? And our idea of love, naturally, every human is selfish. We are very selfish. The flesh, the default of man generally is selfishness. And I'm talking about man, I'm talking about gender specific. Man as a whole, a human as a whole, you get. So we are selfish by default. So that is why I use the word ideally should have been enough, right? Because love covers all. They say love is kind, love is patient, love is not self-seeking. But we are still found wanting in those things. We are still self-seeking. We are not patient. We are not kind. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So at that point, is love now enough? When you, as a person, don't embody what's the totality of what love is,
Yeah.
it cannot be enough. We have to make conscious efforts.
So you have to make a lot of sacrifice.
There's going to be a lot of sacrifices. And that is how you know if you truly love that person. Loving the person is not when all is good, the person is kind, the person is ticking your box. The day the person doesn't tick your box, what happens? The day the person says something that you will not even, you go think and go ask yourself, say, wow, like, is this what I've signed up for? You understand? That is when you get to understand what love is. It's easy to say, I love you. It's easy to have the butterflies. It's even for your kids. You will think you love your children. Let that child make one mistake that you ask yourself that this is not the way I trained you. Where is this coming from? Then you will now ask yourself, do you really love this person? That is when you will know what love is. And you will know that we human beings, we are not capable of that. We're not capable of love in its totality.
Okay. So now let's go raw. Let's go deep. Many will say it's really good to explore sex before marriage so that you know the capacity of your partner. You know, okay, this is what I want before I get into marriage. Do you think that is applicable after marriage? Because you might enjoy the sex probably before marriage, and then after marriage, you look back and say, this is not exactly what I signed for before the marriage. How do you think sex before marriage really shape the marriage or affects it in one way or the other?
Okay, so I am not an advocate of sex before marriage.
Okay.
I am not.
I know where you're going.
Right?
But
we live in a world where people will do what they want to do. Standing for the truth doesn't make you a judgmental person, or shouldn't give you the room to judge. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now, if you're going into marriage thinking the way you had sex before marriage is how you say it in marriage. Breaking news. You go shock your papa. No, just you. The shock will pass through you to your father, to your mother, to your sister. Because not that it doesn't happen, right? But that's where you come to understand that your reason for getting married, your idea for getting married was flawed.
Oh.
So whether you kept yourself, now I want to say this now, because some people keep their self because they want to enjoy it very well in marriage.
Yes.
It's still a faulty orientation. You staying away from sex should be a covenant between you and God. Not because it's something you want to explore that, I said, keep myself like this. Okay, there's a time we had a gathering and the guy said something and this one I seen they keep himself. 1 year, say, he will stay before as in his wife. No, as in they come like in the tear. I was looking at him, I was smiling, I was like, wow, that's actually, he's a Christian brother. And I think most of us in the Christian society actually have issues with this too. Because we think keeping ourselves means that. Now, for the woman, let me just say like this. Sorry, I want to digress a bit. For the lady, they feel being a virgin, they feel entitled of getting a good husband because they are
virgin. Yeah.
Now, the men feel because they've kept that. So when they marry, the woman, yes, the Bible says her body is yours, your body is hers. But the idea is anytime she should know, because I kept myself now. And this is marriage now. I should have it
fully,
morning, afternoon, night.
Anytime I want
it. That is category 1. Category 2 are people that have done it and believe that as it is in relationship, that is how it's going to be in marriage. Sex is beautiful. Sex should be enjoyed, right? But if those two categories don't really know or understand the true concept of marriage, they will come in and they will be shocked. They will be sexually frustrated. They will be angry and they will resent their spouses. Because there is a whole lot that marriage will demand from you. That you know that sex is the least of the issue. You are 29 years. You are 31 years. You've had 31 years of experience as a single person, family orientation, family background. You've had 29 years of family influence, background, societal norms that have shaped you. Now, both of you are now coming together to get married.
To live in one space. All right. Before we leave the sex aspects right now, let me ask another very important question. Many times we see it in movies and people think this is how it is real life. Like after marriage, you can just have sex anywhere, in the toilets, in the kitchen, on the sofa, anywhere you just find yourself. As far as you have the urge, you just have
get down.
sex. Even if it's on the table, you get down.
Yeah.
Do you also say that is how it is real life?
It can be.
Okay, it can be.
It can be, but it's not an everyday thing.
Okay.
Right? And one should checkmate their expectations. It can be for the first 1 month.
Okay.
It can be for the first 2 months. Hey, it can even be for the first 1 year. You understand? But conflicts in interest will clash. Behavioral pattern will clash. Family orientation of each other will definitely clash. There will be issues. Children might come in, loss of job, sickness, right? And you won't have thought about that. In-laws interference, your own shortcomings, my own shortcomings. Do you understand? And if those things goes on unresolved, your sex life and everything will just drop. Right? And you not get angry like, I don't know why they watch for television. Not so you get. So it's that one say that it can, right? And if you resolve your issues and if you're intentional about it, intentionality, the word intentionality and commitment doesn't have value until you are married.
That's when you understand.
That's when you understand the intentionality. When you don't feel like, but you have to.
Yeah, I just have to do it.
You just have to do it.
Interesting.
Do you understand? Now, it's easy for TV to show that both of them are ready. It was a spark. It can be. I'm not saying it cannot be. There are days when that thing will be. There are periods, there are phases of life when that spark will come and, you guys are all over each other. But if you're not ready for the other side of marriage,
no triumph.
No triumph.
Just take your time.
Do you understand? Don't go in with the mindset of what you've seen on social media, right? Because marriage has many sides. It has a transformative side. Do you understand? If you're not ready, then don't even bother entering.
Okay. This part I'm about to enter right now, I know people will talk and say, why am I always emphasizing on this? But either ways, you just have to know that it is very important and we just have to keep talking about it. It's finance, money. Now, many, especially both, this is for the both gender. The man thinks, I don't have enough, so I'm not ready to settle down yet. I shouldn't. Even if you're still doing well, you just feel like, no, I have to have so much. And one thing I always believe is you can't have it all. Okay? Now, for the ladies, everyone wants to settle down with someone who is really okay. That's just the truth. No one wants to go into marriage and suffer. Now, what do you have to say about finance before marriage? If the guy is doing well and he has a job that is paying, do you think it's fine to just go into marriage? Or what advice will you give to our ladies that as far as a guy doesn't have much, you don't have a car, you don't have a house of your own, they just say you are not ready for marriage? No one wants to build with anybody right now. Everybody wants to come in and enjoy. What do you have to say concerning that?
What is a man looking for? What is a man looking for?
A partner.
A partner. What kind of partner? Different kind of partner. When you go to market, there's stock gin, there's rib gin, there's straight gin.
Okay.
Which gin you define? You look your pockets.
So you're saying that the man should also work according to what he has.
Yeah. The Bible says that he that finds a wife.
Find
It's not the woman that finds the husband.
Okay.
So you're the one going to the market. So the ball is more on your court than the woman.
Man.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So you know the soup you want to cook. And you have 5,000 naira. And you're looking at Afang guide at Hafa. Then you're not angry at Afang. That why Afang should understand that you're with 5,000 naira. And Afang is saying that you cannot cook me with 5,000 naira.
Interesting.
So it is the man that holds the knife and holds the yam. The woman is the yam. That you want to cut from the head, want to cut from the mid, you want to cut from the tail. It is on you. So you going and putting your eye and putting your hand where your hand no reach. Guy, anything you see. There are ladies out there that will walk without your 5,000 naira. But you know what? Some of you just want Cardi B.
Yeah.
With a touch of Choma Jesus. You already have a spec.
Build in your mind.
You understand the kind of ladies you want.
Yeah.
And you still have to apportion that anger to yourself. You are carrying the anger to the ladies that you're seeing that she's holding iPhone 13. She's beautiful, and you're seeing her that, oh, this one money don't finish for her.
You're still struggling.
And you're still struggling with 150,000, which is not bad. But you're not angry. I say women of nowadays don't want to settle. Who are you looking for? Because you people blame, I'm not saying because I'm a lady, but because it's already written there, he that findeth a wife. So it is you that should go and find who will be okay with your 5,000 naira, okay with your major salary or mega salary, okay with your no car. There are ladies that are out there that are ready to start from scratch. And there are ladies that are out there that don't want to start from scratch. That doesn't make them bad. Because there are men that are not also on that floor, on that scratched level.
Exactly.
Do you understand?
One should just cut his coat according to his...
Your material and your size and your pockets.
Interesting. All right. If marriage is a manual, what part of the manual will you advise single ladies to look out for, to read before going into marriage?
If marriage is a manual, what part of the manual? Like, okay, I would say go past the honeymoon phase. Don't skip it. Like, as in, open up, start from the middle. No reason now.
Just jump on.
Yeah, no reason now.
Go
Go past the honeymoon phase. Honeymoon phase is beautiful. It's fairy tale. It's mills and booms. It's India. It's Bollywood. Please go past it. Go past the honeymoon phase. Go to the trials and temptations phase.
Look beyond.
Go to the trials where you will see, marriage is an amplifier, and marriage is like a mirror. You will think you're a good person until you're married.
No.
You will beat your chest. I'm a good brother. I'm a good son. In fact, your parents will say, I know my son is good. But you see, marriage will bring out things that you never knew was inside of you, because you are now living, you're not vulnerable.
Yeah.
Right? Is it that covenant you've made, that vow you've made before God and man, exposes you to do things that you never believed that you would do? So my advice to single ladies is, go past that honeymoon phase. Go and see the trials and temptation phase. See what you're capable of doing. See what the man is capable of doing when he's angry, when finances are not flowing. See what you're capable of doing when your husband don't love you as Christ loved the church. Are you going to be patient? Are you going to endure when his mother has great influence when you did not know before? You're now saying that this guy's mother truly didn't like me. What would you do?
Interesting.
When there is a conception delay, that is what you should look out for.
I really like that. I like that. All right. Ending it on this note. Finally, on today's show, what's advice, or let me not put it as an advice right now. Do you think there is something called a mistake when it comes to abuse? For instance, let's have a contest. Let's.
I like where this goes. I like this.
So, if parental, maybe the lady pushed, and I couldn't take it anymore, and by mistake,
Physical push or
just verbal, you guys were exchanging verbal, and then all of a sudden you just lift your hand, and before you know it, it was on her face. And then she gets angry. She said, how dare you? You hit me. This marriage is over. And he began to plead, it's a mistake. You know, I've never done this before. Do you think that should be overlooked? It's just a one-time mistake. He has never done it before. And that's not who he is. Or should the lady just run because it's just a red flag?
In marriage.
In marriage.
Yeah. Okay, so I will not say what anyone should do, because everybody has different deal breakers.
Okay.
My deal breaker might be cheating, your deal breaker might be physical abuse. Right. Now, every mistake has consequences. Everything has consequences. Every action has consequences, right? So when you make that mistake, I don't think anyone should fault the victim on how he or she reacts. I might forgive you. I might stress you and make you know that for your life, you're not going to try and again. Right? And I might not even want to hear, because that slap would have ended my life. You would have slapped me and I will hit my head on the wall, and that's all. Right? So we are two different people that have different trauma background. So that will actually be a factor of how people will react. So I can't categorically say that this is how you should react. I can't say that. But if you slap because of being provoked, it is wrong. If he or she forgives, beautiful, which Bible preaches forgiveness.
Yeah.
But if he or she does not forgive, still beautiful. Because you don't know if that would have been the end of her life or his life or anything, right? Like the woman that stabbed that her husband. She has reasons, right? I'm sure it was anger that pushed her to do that. I'm sure in her life she cannot even kill a fly. But you see what anger can cause. And nobody is saying now, right now, nobody is saying all the things he has done to her that led to that situation. But she has committed a great mistake. And this is the consequences.
So no matter what the case might be, just try as much as you can to avoid physical abuse.
Yeah, work out. leave the house for days, 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month. Leave the house. And if you still want the marriage, it should be like an undertaking. Parents, the family that joined both of you together should be there.
Bring them into it.
Police if you stand there. Yes, lawyers, so that to check me so it doesn't happen again. Right? Even in cheating, sometimes it's not a behavioral issue that, oh, this person is in your face doing this thing. Don't care about your feelings. If it's a one-time thing, I won't tell you to leave. I'm talking from my own end, but I cannot tell you what to do.
Exactly.
If it's a one-time thing, a person has shown how sorry he or she is. Hey, you're all human. It could be you, it could be me. Right? But this is me. And I will not invalidate every other person's feeling, no matter what the person decides to do.
All right. Thank you very much for coming at this. We have to end it here at this note. We really appreciate our audience for staying tuned with us. And we appreciate you for coming to the show to share this with us as well. At this note, we'll be going. Please remember to stay tuned on the show, like, share, and subscribe. And always know that we share the real answers here on this table and that we discuss things that are very, very important when it comes to relationship, faith, and real life stories. Thank you for staying tuned with us once again. I remain your host, Isaac. Bye.
Bye for now.